Guys, Bradley Burdett here, the roll call, your 5-minute round. Let's talk about being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. This is jiu-jitsu, this is life. Let's talk about BJJ real quick. Guys, the point is you're gonna find yourself when you're grappling, when you're in training sessions, or even in competitions, where you're getting smashed, where you're getting put into these situations. If you didn't have any training, you would tap quickly. And you'll start to see in your progression of jiu-jitsu, those situations, the more you train, the less uncomfortable they become. Why? Because you find yourself in those positions quite often. As you're in those positions, you start to realize it's not that bad. I can go a little further. I understand that this isn't going to hurt me. There's pain, but it's not going to injure me. It might feel, there might be some hurt, there might be some pain, but it's not going to lead to injury. I can withstand. As you progress, you put yourselves in those situations more often. Your opponent or partner puts you in that situation. You start to realize, I can overcome this. I can withstand this pressure. And what an amazing analogy for life. Every day, every hour, I mean, it depends on, but you're gonna have conflict after conflict. You're gonna have situations that are uncomfortable. If you're a Christian, the Bible talks very clearly about trials. Jesus said, you're gonna have trials in this life. You're gonna have tribulation. They hated me, so they're gonna hate you. The world hated Jesus. He said, they're gonna hate you. And he said, rejoice in those, rejoice in that. And here's the key, right? Trials, tribulations, the Bible talks about that in the analogy of fire. And that fire purifies us. It's no different than when they're trying to purify gold and precious metals. They turn the heat up and the impurities of that metal rise to the top. They scrape it off. They turn the heat up even more. To get the finest gold, they have to go through this refining process, right? So it's very similar to our lives. And this is how God works in our lives, because we're imperfect people. We'll always be imperfect people until Christ comes or until we die. There's this Christian word called sanctification. All it means is becoming more like Jesus every day. That happens through fire, the fire of tribulation, the fire of difficulty, pressure, pain, suffering. And the Lord allows these things in our lives. Why? Because that's when our faith, gold, all right, our faith is tested and becomes more pure. And our character becomes more pure. Peter talks about this in 1 Peter. He says the testing of your faith, faith is more precious than gold and silver. So we need to rejoice when God turns up the fire in our lives. Why? Because he cares about you. He cares about me. He cares about our hearts. And that's what's becoming pure every single day as we go through this fire, right? We have to look to him. We have to turn to him. We have to trust him. We have to lean on him and rely on him. So don't run from uncomfortable situations. Don't run from the pain and suffering. It's just like jiu-jitsu, right? Every time, if you get in an uncomfortable situation, you tap out at the immediate, that immediate sense of pressure. You're never gonna grow. You're never gonna realize, I can overcome this. I can handle this pressure. A white belt taps the pressure very quickly. A black belt, a brown belt, a purple belt, they can withstand it. Why? Because they've been in that situation many times and they realize, I can withstand this. I can handle this. And in life, you're gonna have the same situations. So I wanna encourage you guys, life is gonna be tough. Christians, just because you're a Christian, life doesn't get easy. I promise you, it gets harder, right? Because you have an enemy. You have the devil coming after you. He wants to trip you up. Not only does he want to trip you up, he wants you to tap out quickly, right? To that pressure. He doesn't want you to say, I can trust God in this, right? I can trust God in this. I can handle this. No, he wants you to say, I'm not going to do that because it's too hard. Don't let him do that. You're tougher than that. Why? Because greater who is in you than he who is in the world. Jesus lives in you. The Spirit of God lives in you. He is the one that helps us deal with the pressures of life. So today, if you're going through tough times, if you're going through something hard and you're saying, I just can't do this, I'm going to tap out. Trust me, you can. God is with you. If you lean on him, you're going to get through this. This is Bradley Burdett. This is the roll call. Heed the call.